And many people like to use space differently. Like the employees, some might just like their fixed desk. Other employees would like to have more flexibility.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way that brands and businesses are hearing their employees, hearing how the business can work more efficiently and better and get better results out of their employees. And that was a big consideration here.
So thank you. Another episode of Space by Stansons. This one I've actually wanted to capture for quite a while because we're at Sweaty Betty's head office in King's Cross. And you can't see it, it's like all over there. It's absolutely stunning. So if you're listening on like Spotify or Apple, you can watch on YouTube as well, like follow along and see the spaces. Brand all about empowering women in fitness and beyond. The owners are female-led brand. So it's just one of those really like lovely brands into fitness industry. Everyone has heard of them, I guess. So it's nice to actually get in behind the scenes and see what's done. But I'm with Craig White from Whiteroom agency, who's actually the brand. They come from a retail background and they have that like retail experience, retail-esque feel to their designs, and they've brought it to the office, which is what everyone's talking about nowadays, like how an office doesn't feel like an office, which is exactly what Sweaty Betty were looking for. And they've absolutely blown this out of the water, mixology finalists. So here we are, King's Cross, right, and it's beautiful weather. So welcome, Craig.
Thank you, Guy. Yeah, it's good to be here and it's good to be talking about this incredible space, as you say. Yeah, it was a fantastic project to work on for the whole team in the agency from start to finish. Like you identified, the business, the brand itself is growing. It's about empowering women. For us, it was about taking that and creating a space that would allow them to be more productive where they were in their previous office space, but future-proof them, allow it to grow and just promote collaboration, creativity, and passion. Yeah, passion for the brand.
Yeah, but back to Whiteroom, because I mean, I love your brand. When I first picked up about this project and you first started chatting to us, I was like, oh, I haven't heard of Whiteroom before. Let's have a Google. And I started doing my whole like sort of Sherlock Holmes, like Inspector Gadget stuff and digging in. And yeah, you've got like a really nice, like kind of experiential, like led tool, your work.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
Tell us about how that all started.
Yeah, super true. Yeah, there's a real thread of experience through our agency. And our journey from when we started 20 years ago to where we are today. And it's been one that we've sort of carved out ourselves and trying to be unique, trying to, we've got really good retention with our clients. We're really proud of that. But yeah, taking it from our early days when we started out, we were very much around like activation, working with brands, international trade shows. So some B2B, some B2C. So we had a lot of learnings around like the product and understanding like the brands, what they're looking to achieve and grow, and widen their markets into different markets. So we're going international.
Yeah.
But then a lot of the products and presentations and stories we were creating for them in those spaces really translated into retail. So we were then taking that and we were, creating like wholesale programs, rolling these out, creating like flagship stores, working with these brands to elevate their story and their products. And in doing that, they were leaning into us more to create these experiences in their own spaces. So rather than all these like heavy costs, international shows are like, okay, how can we focus this? How can we bring this to our core, our hubs, and create these experiences for our networks and our customers, and invite them in, like innovation centers, showrooms. So we started doing loads more work in that space. And then following that, it's how that then transcends into the workspace. Those same principles, methodology around, creating these engaging, productive spaces that really heighten, the DNA and the tone of voice of the brand in these workspaces. So really trying to break away from the traditional workspace and create a much more brand presence and brand led. Is where we are now.
And that's exactly what Sweaty Betty picked up on, wasn't it? That they didn't want just an office. I think I saw it was more about living their values, which are really strong, aren't they? Like throughout, like we can see it on the walls, you see it in their stores, like I looked into Sweaty Betty quite a bit, having not obviously been into a store before, when this came up, and their values are really strong and they really come through, don't they?
Yeah.
And like they obviously were wanting to see that again.
It's a community. The
Ex-
brand is a community, and they've got a really strong following, and it's something that we needed to embrace in this space.
Mhm.
It's a unique like rotunda
Mm.
with great aspects and natural light flooding in. But for them, it's about, how can we empower the team? How can we bring those values of the brand in, not create isolated silos,
Mhm.
but a space where they can, the finance can work with the creative team and they can come together and everyone's seeing the different touch points of the business work.
Mhm.
They have their areas where they can get their head down, but essentially there's all these different elements and zones that connect the business and the teams.
Yeah, what was their like key like objective or challenge that they were trying to solve when they came to you? Do you?
Yeah, fundamentally, it was essentially that. It was like
Yeah.
we've got this incredible team. Like in their previous workspace, it was very disconnected.
Okay. What? Just because different levels?
Yeah, different levels. They had like they did have like they were ticking boxes in regards to like pods and that kind of thing.
Okay.
But there was no strategy. There was no like essence or heart in the workspace, and that was missing.
Mhm.
The brand is growing. They were getting in new investment in new teams, and they wanted to create what they have now, um, future proof it so they can grow and expand from it.
Mhm.
But just have a space where, like I said, they can all come together. They can all see the different touch points of the business working,
Mhm.
and they've got a space, that is fluid. They can move around easily. Everything's accessible.
Mhm.
Even the laundry, the washing machines. They're on display, and like
Is there wash
people.
machines
There's
here?
washing
Oh, of
machines over
course
there,
there is.
but they're behind some really nice screens. But like it comes out and it's all part. It's literally a part of the workspace. So people are like living and breathing
Mm.
every element of their process. So from like design, ideation to fabric development, to shrink testing and color washing, through to like the finance team. Like they're all living and breathing the brand, and that was really really important for them.
That's nice. Also, it's the like walking around this office, we've left it as found, so it's very lived in. It's like it's definitely a creative space. It's those are like really beautiful creative elements. So when you see it, have to be respectful of people's desks and things, but it is a lived-in office. It's not like a photo shoot office, which I liked. I like just to lean into that and
Yeah,
embrace that because you can see how it's really being used, which is nice, which is very cool. But it also landed around like shortly after COVID.
it did.
Yeah,
Yep.
was when the briefs like started to come through. When
Yep.
was how did that like line up?
Yep. So part of this building, we're working on another project for the Wolverine group, which was with Saucony and Metal Footwear and Caterpillar.
Hmm.
So we were doing their main office over that period,
Hmm.
looking at two different buildings, and this one came up on top, two different design variations.
Hmm.
So this was the right one for them.
Hmm.
So we did that. In that time, Wolverine acquired Sweaty Betty uh,
Oh,
under their umbrella.
yeah.
So they wanted to bring them in as part of their wider business.
Hmm.
However, unlike the way the Merrill and Saucony and Caterpillar all coexist in one space, adjacent to this one, Sweaty Betty needed its own area where they could work as a core, because it was new for them. Obviously, all of those other brands of footwear. This is apparel. This is athleisure, and yeah, they just wanted that space dedicated to them,
Hmm.
to allow them to grow independently.
It's also got quite a different look and feel, isn't
It
it?
has, yeah, which is really important. In truth, really important. So that you've got that real sort of transition.
Yeah.
You've got like the staff breakout sort of hospitality canteen area,
Hmm.
which works for the whole business, but that acts as a really nice decompression area
Yeah.
between the two sides of the businesses. And as you say, aesthetically,
Yeah.
the Wolverine is a bit more sort of like has a darker tone and design language, whereas Sweaty Betty has a much more elevated, bright, vibrant,
Yeah.
empowering, energizing design language that suits them, suits their brand.
Yeah, you definitely see that more masculine energy
Yeah,
and then
correct.
like the yeah, like more industrial, and then you're coming into this Sweaty Betty, and it's very like it's much more feminine, it's much more gentle, it's lovely. It's a really
We tried to take some cues with that, rather not trying to be too literate with like the feminine aspect, but just bringing in those that fluidity and what we call like the curtain architecture.
yeah, I'm so you mentioned that before, like curtain architecture. I'm like, "Wow, that I should TM that." Like,
Should you can have that one for free.
thank you.
Like,
Oh, like it'll become a little registered trademark.
I'll type it for
God,
royalties.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
But no, it was really important. It was a fantastic element that the design team conceived at Whiteroom, is how the space can be used, so it can flex in and out, and that was, it's all
Mhm,
part of the DNA of Sweaty Betty itself, with the
mhm,
movement and fluidity. So yeah, just bringing that into the space. So curtain architecture for us was really important because it allows the areas to open up, be multi-purpose. Everything from fashion, fit testing, to breakout areas. It just allows for softer use of materials rather than having hard surfaces everywhere, which really plays into like the acoustic design control, even neurodiversity in terms of like how that's being more recognized in the workspace. It just it creates a method just to sort of screen off with ease and open up and just have everything much more useful.
yeah, no, it is nice. And did that because it was built like shortly after, like the whole thing happened shortly after COVID,
Yes.
did anything change from like the start to the end, like because of the impact of COVID and how people thought and that
Yeah.
whole movement
Yeah,
shift?
it's a really good question. In truth, that was a driving factor for the Wolverine space. Was around, they're a huge organization, I think with like 500 employees, but they needed a space that would probably only cater for 300. So it's about rotation. So it's about the different brands coming in, booking systems, all online,
Mhm,
using the space much more as a creative hub or business hub, rather than a permanent fixed, office space.
mhm,
So yeah, that was a big driver, was reducing the footprint, but making it more of a space that would work harder for the business,
mhm,
and create a better environment for the team.
mhm,
So that whole flexi working, work from home,
mhm,
when you come into the office, it's again more of an experience.
mhm,
Rather than just sat at your desk constantly, there's integrated showrooms. It's sit in the heart of the space in Wolverine. Again, so you're always visibly connecting with the brand, and it's almost a presentation of retail.
mhm,
So they're really absorbing that constantly. And there's theaters and breakout. They can do like the TED Talks, podcasts, and that is the same here as well. So again, it's about access to the space, using the space when you need to use the space, rather than
mhm.
always having to just be sat in the space.
Yeah. No, more movement. You can definitely even see that here, like how it's used, can't you?
Yeah.
Which is
And many people like to use space differently, right? Like, the
Mhm,
employees, some might just like their fixed desk. Other employees would like to have more flexibility.
yeah.
And I think that's the way the brands and businesses are, hearing their employees, hearing uh, how the business can work more efficiently and better and get better results out of their employees. And that was a big consideration here.
Yeah, how much do they expect the teams to be in the office? Or do they have a
I
mandate?
believe now, no, not too dissimilar to us, primarily Monday to Thursdays with a fixed sort of work from home on a Friday.
Yeah.
But those Monday to Thursdays for Sweaty Betty are much more agile. Um, I believe like, department rotations, whether they need to flex up on design because, that's leading the business at that moment in time, or it becomes much more project delivery in terms of retail. I believe they flex it up and around those.
Yeah, yeah. So it's quite loose
Yeah, yeah,
in some ways, yeah.
yeah.
That's nice. And now it's landed, it's done, we're back here again. It's beautiful to see it in real. Have you had feedback? Or how's it been? Have it
Been
hit the
incredible.
objectives that they thought it was going to? Done more?
It's been too successful.
They need a bigger space.
It'd be-
No,
Me too.
seriously.
Me too. So I think there's options in the not too distant future to expand over that side and really grow out the business.
Particularly Sweaty Betty. Or
Particularly Sweaty Betty, yeah, because obviously I think this is more their sort of global HQ, being a British brand, although they're growing in the American market quite quickly. But yeah, overall it's been fantastic. I think the team were only here probably 2 days ago discussing expansion models, and I believe there's a project coming through the studio in the next couple of weeks that are exploring how we can just keep dialing up the workspace for them.
I mean, that's like, there's nothing that says it's working more than just like, we're looking for more space.
Yeah, quite. Yeah.
So that's perfect.
So it's great just to see, and that's the point, right? Just you want them to create an environment that allows them to thrive and the business to do well.
Oh, exactly. No, that's our objective.
100%.
Yes, that's the goal, isn't it? Is
The ultimate reward for us. Yeah.
yeah, no, too right. Nice. Well, thank you. What a brilliant introduction. Well, let's head around the space, see what we've got and what spaces we've created and what the thinking was behind them, how they're being used.
Yeah.
Any problems?
Right.
It's always good to see it. Well, Sweaty Betty, here we are going into their head office in King's Cross. Thanks, Craig, again.
Pleasure.
Empowering women through fitness and beyond. See how that comes to real life. Kicking off, we've got this archway, which is your favourite bit anyway, so we won't just walk through it. Like,
No, this is probably one of my design detail favorites. For me personally, I think it just really frames the space as you enter it. Yeah, coming from the Wolverine into the staff area and then breaking in to Sweaty Betty. It just very subtly and subconsciously sets the tone for this phase with all the fluid, soft design details that we've walked through, and just the way it sort of just steps in with a bit of a Art Deco nod.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's a really beautiful detail.
No, it is very nice. And like you say, like the Wolverine, you can kind of see it behind us here. It's got that kind of masculine and more industrial.
Yeah, it's a dark
dark.
tone.
Yeah, the whole.
It's incredibly beautiful. It's quite warm, and the space it's quite relaxing.
Yeah.
But then you come through to Sway Bay and it elevates the light and the forms. Yeah, just bring up the energy slightly.
Yeah, no, I love the soft start. It's perfect. So here we are. Wow. It is truly like invigorating, and you feel it in your energy, can't you? Like, oh, like it's uplifting. It's uplifting.
Lifts, yeah.
Definitely. So we've got here.
So this is probably one of the only enclosed meeting office spaces in the workspace. Mainly used for obviously private meetings, HR. But again, it was really important for us to bring in some of the design language. So you've got this beautiful crystal effect screening with the soft curve. So again, it's about movement and just form. Again, with the curtains as well. So it can be completely opened up. You're feeling like you're all connected. So even though it is a private, more serious space, it's still very much part of the main floor.
Yeah, there's still the language flows through, and then we come to here. These pods, you mentioned them before.
These are Second Life pods.
Okay.
So these were...
They just so happened to be the perfect colour, or?
Not quite. So they were sprayed, recolored, but they worked. They worked for the team previously. So it was something that we were asked and brought through.
Nice.
Which we like. We like the story of Second Life is pointless, like wasting or just getting rid if there is a use.
Oh, definitely. But it's nice how they've been like Second Life, but reimagined. It's blending so beautifully. They don't look Second Life.
Correct.
Which is great. It's great to see. And then this here is essentially...
Yeah. So one of the biggest challenges for this was in the very center, because this is a circular floor, rotunda area. In the middle here, there is a big serviced duct. So it's the very dirty side of the office space. So for us, it's like, okay, how do we utilize this? How do we do this in a way that, isn't more hard surfaces or exposing, service access doors, but it's still allowing access if required.
Mhm.
So again, this is where the curtain architecture came in. So we didn't want hard surfaces. We wanted to bring in material languages that were soft, warm,
Yeah.
acoustically controlling, but still was easy just to open up, give them access to all the rails, the grid panels, so they can really just sort of rack out all their density of products.
Wow.
So it is the sort of the ugly aspect, if you like, is just loads of products, but all these products are super important, but the teams can pull them out. They've got all their mood boards, visual planning. It's all really accessible with ease, but can be beautifully screened off if needed.
Yeah, like you say, if it was doors, I'd feel a bit.
No, it becomes a bit heavy, and then the acoustics, and for the members of the team and the staff that sat on the end of the runs, the desk runs, having those softer material languages, it's a very small detail, but it's a really important one.
Yeah.
It just makes the space feel warmer, more relaxing to work in, rather than just having hard, harsh surfaces everywhere.
No, I can totally see that, and it's also like kind of opens up more than
Yeah,
a door.
exactly. 100%. Yeah, 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 yeah. So if all the curtains will pull back, the space just completely opens up.
And then this space here, is this a
Yeah,
meeting
this
team?
is like big planning, the heart of the team. They've got the different desk runs either side. So again, they can all pull together, come together. They can have obviously meetings. They've got all their product runs out, so they can, yeah, really deep dive into any aspect that they're working on at that time.
No, it's not. It's really nice, like the touch of color, because it brings you to this like focal point. Like
Yes.
the space, as you can tell, is like very neutral, very soft, and then you kind of got this
Yeah.
central like kind of spine a
Yeah.
little bit.
That was really important for us because we didn't want to over design in terms of the color palette, keeping it on brand, but very focused, like you say.
Hmm.
So it really does, almost color, the color itself zones the space, rather than trying to put it everywhere.
And where did the choice of color come from?
Uh, that wasn't for me. It was very much a team process, led by the brand. So it is again those softer tones that were coming through from the brand. I think obviously the brand uh, heritage color is that sort of vivid orange or
Yeah.
almost red.
Hmm.
So it's just bringing that in, but not overusing it because that can be quite a powerful, overpowering color.
Yeah.
So yeah, just very softly done here, with some softer tones around.
Yeah. No, it does definitely nod to that like really vivid color, but in a more gentle way.
Yeah.
I can remember when the team reached out to us and I saw the visuals, I was like, oh my god, it's like literally like our brand palette. I have to do this project. But no, it's nice. And these elements are these are
Yeah, it's
nice.
again layers. It's all those softer materials again aligning with the same principles of the curtains, how
Yeah.
they can completely open up or close off.
Yeah.
These are no different. So with our partners at Senator, this is a particular product that they've got, where you can screen down. So if you want to focus a bit more on your own work, you can,
Mm.
or if you just want to pull it up, you can do that as well. So if you want to have those team chats or engagements across the table, you can.
Yeah, it's just like a nice, just like a less rigid than a normal way of doing it somehow.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just it's
yeah. That
lovely.
was really important for us. Yeah.
Yeah. So what challenges did they have in this space? Like what were you struggling with that you had to kind of overcome, or was it all plain sailing?
No, this is why we love what we do because like design and for us is solving problems. And I'd say one of the challenges is probably the uniqueness of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it is a cylinder, and it's really important for us that everyone in the space always had a really good view of the aspect out because it's got so much natural light. You've got an incredible view across the city.
Just kind of see it.
Yeah, so for us, it was really important that everyone could enjoy that.
Yeah. So you kind of gave that
Yeah, so rather than running desks like crossways, we wanted to almost lead them out to the windows.
Mhm.
But obviously, in doing that, you get natural pinch points as the desks get closer to the center of the space. So it was all about staggering. But then in doing that, we were able then to bring in these like little breakout areas where they in different silos they can have like little meetings,
Yeah, yeah.
talk about product fabrics, as well as being functional as well. So it's got storage. So it just allowed for that, and yeah, it worked incredibly well.
Yeah, no, I like how the pin I like how they all run and you follow this, like, line with the acoustic slats and
Exactly. Yeah,
everything's
all design consideration.
yeah, all going that way, but then you've kind of managed this pinch point really
Yeah.
nicely, and this
Yep, softening the curves, using some biophilia with these bespoke plant pots, but rather than just have them sat on the end, really nice conscious choices just to bring the desks in so they feel connected to that as well.
yeah. Is there more desks now than there was when you started?
Yes, absolutely. As the business has been
Because it's
growing,
been growing,
yeah, yeah,
or that occupancy's been higher than I expected?
yeah. I think both. I don't think I don't think they foresaw like how much they were going to grow and how quickly, and the need for those extra desks.
Mhm,
They were considered like if we had to, how we could bring them in. So they were having to action that sooner than they expected.
mhm,
So there were some other features over in the main meeting area that were some nice touches, but you know, the priority of getting some more desks in, which is always sort of considered, has happened recently.
mhm,
And like I said earlier, there's now another round of
mhm.
yeah, expansion and moving out, which is
Yeah.
really good.
No, it's great. And this artwork, or is that changing? How does that is
Yeah,
that something you designed in, or
yes, we wanted to just bring in some of the campaign
yeah.
visuals into the space.
Mhm,
So again, connecting with some of the visual stories that they're telling at retail, or where some of the energy of the actual their community.
mhm.
So or brand statements. So yeah, these can be changed out of ease. I believe they are the same as when we first installed, but the idea is that as TFS fabrics, they can just be pulled out and new seasonal imagery put in.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's pleasant. And these are the washing
These
machines.
are the washing machines.
I find it funny. I don't know why. It's kind of obvious, isn't it? But wow, these are lovely.
Yeah, so for their business, it's really important to do shrink testing, color testing. So we designed this space. So obviously we wanted to be a part of the working space, but we've got these really nice screens just to subtly screen it off.
Mm. They're really nice. So they bespoke joinery.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much all of this is bespoke joinery, except for the working desks, which, by the way, all of those are standing desks as well.
Oh, so they've
So
raised
the
them up.
whole team, yeah, depending on their preference, can either be sat or elevated working.
It's quite successful, isn't it?
Yeah, this is yeah, it's really
I want that in my laundry at home.
anyway. It's very bougie.
Exactly, yeah. So these are sit-stand desks, you say?
Yeah, so these ones here are sit stand desks.
I won't fiddle with this person's setup, but well, I would, but actually that's cool. That's good. And they have quite a lot of
Yeah, other little details and challenges with they need big plotters and printers.
mm,
But yeah, just embracing those, but but nicely positioned
nice.
in the space.
Yeah. And then we're coming to like kind of the end of the space really, where we're seeing are these changing rooms?
Yes, so they can be. Yeah, so it's a nice little area for fit testing. So this it could either be a big sort of product testing area.
Yeah.
You've got this then integrated curtain here as well, which I can't open from this side. Is an actual fitting
I
room.
wonder if it happens on this side. No. It's a little it's a
So
tiny little fitting room.
it's a tiny little fitting room.
Oh. It doesn't open though, so you just have to climb in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So some privacy there. So if they've got a model and they're product testing, they can get changed and obviously come out here, or it can be completely screened off for full privacy,
Yeah.
or flexed out to be a meeting space.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or just a working area. So if you wanted to just sit here by the window and enjoy that aspect, you've got the little tables here, so you can just set up with a laptop.
Yeah.
So it's a space that works really hard,
Yeah, I bet.
multifunctional, and works hard for itself.
I'm basically solar powered, so I'd probably be there all the time. I like the floor. It's
Yeah,
just so subtle.
yep, super subtle. Again, just that soft, natural stone texture. But again, just to bounce and elevate the light.
Yeah, no, it's nice. Then we come around here. It's a bit more of a meeting space, I guess.
Yeah, so it can either become one massive fit test area or one big meeting area.
I see. Yeah.
So it completely flexes with the way that the curtains have been used.
These curtains are actually a mixology finalist, and they're made of 100% of it is recycled plastic bottles made in Europe,
Brilliant, yeah.
which is brilliant. Yeah, which is. I think this was one of the first projects that it went in on. I think, or main projects, or like, do you know what I mean? We always run a few test projects, but
Yeah.
this is one of the first main ones. So.
I think that was one of the deciding decisions in using it. It's obviously because the eco and sustainability credentials, which is really important for the brand.
Yeah, no, that's great. And then we come to a couple more reused.
Yeah, Second Life.
Second
So,
Life.
like, it's really important for us. Like, it's a really good use of space. In using these, rather, I think in the previous workspace, they were just in one big run, which is a bit like, say, a bit uniformed. Whereas first we wanted to break these out and use them around the office rather just in one area.
I see. And did you were they always built in like that? I feel like they're much nicer than normal. That normally they stand alone, these big square things, but they don't feel so square.
No, so we did wanted to encase them in. So actually, they are quite, they are what they are, right? They're just one big rectangle box. But for us, yeah, it's just insetting them, bringing them into these soft curves as well. So again, just softens them.
Yeah, and
Which
it
works really
really successful. They don't feel so. They don't really feel like a pod. They feel more like a purpose-built meeting room.
Yeah.
Then, which is.
And that's credit to
like
the
a
team.
nice
Yeah, the team at
touch.
Whiteroom. Yeah, there's always considering like all the little details. It's something I talk a lot to them about. It's like, if you focus on the little details and you get all those details right, then the big picture will, always take care of itself. Where some designers always start with a big picture and work back.
Yeah.
We try to do it the other way.
And is there a lot of work in investigating the brand and making sure that everything that you've created through here is like playing with their design language? How does that work from a starting off of the project perspective?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we do go through a process. We definitely start with a research and ideation. And we do deep dive into the brand. We understand like the values, principles, approach, their community, what they're looking to achieve. And we when we start a project, we like to create an essence for a space. We like to give it a soul, and we'll probably do some internal work. There's never sort of forward facing, but it's a springboard for the design of the space, and we call that our essence. And for us, yeah, that was obviously movement, fluidity, and it can either be a word or it can be a sentence. But we take that and we take that through, and then we always then go back and reference, like, does that service the essence and does that bring that through? And then again, that's a driver for when we design these kind of workspaces. So then hopefully everything then does align. Everything comes together, the details work, so the space itself works, and it works for the team.
Yeah, no, you can see that. Just kind of pass through once more of the space.
Yeah.
To just walk. And if there's anything we've missed out, let us know. I like these high tables that you mentioned.
These are quite cute.
Yeah, no, they are.
So again, these are flexible moving boards.
Yeah.
So, because obviously for the brand of the business, it's understanding how because they got user space, right? It's not about just looking great or, all the materials. It's about, it's actually got to work for the business, work for the teams. So yeah, little details like these very custom sort of, pink boards, if you want to call them. worked really well with some integrated storage, and yeah, whiteboarding with the pens or just leaning their image panels.
It is, yeah, but you can tell it's a creative office, can't you? Like,
Yeah.
it's got this whole like.
So a little
Piece
bit of
going on.
organized chaos over here, but it
We-
works.
Yeah, it does. Oh, I probably shouldn't look in there. Is this like all new products that are coming, product research, or what?
So this was a sample area.
Okay.
So when they're designing products, they'll be getting new material fabrics
Yeah.
that are coming through. So they'll be getting all the books from their partners and suppliers, and it just allows the team easy access to pick all these books out. So when they're looking at new season collections or colorways, what fabrics can they work with? What sort of credentials has our fabric got? So yeah, this area is very much that. It's just full of samples, fabric samples.
And it's just impossible to manage that, isn't it? Like in some ways. So this is so nicely done. Like bringing it to one like focal point in the office, opposite the meeting space.
Yeah.
The pink boards. Just so it's
Yeah,
such a
it's
hub.
always accessible.
Mm.
That's the thing. Like at every point you can like turn around and you can see design flow. You can work with materials, and that was really important for them.
Can imagine this is quite a noisy part of the office, and then
A lot happens here. A big meeting area, and there's a lot of activity here, which we did centralize. We kept it in the center.
Yeah. No, it's pleasant like that. Like you can feel the structure and the thought process through it. And October, yeah, they have to plan so far in advance, don't they, for their.
They do, yeah, probably 12 to 18 months. Yeah, you're looking at trends, trend guides, color trends. As an apparel brand, they're building out, like style guides and, mood and language. Those color references.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Great, amazing. And yeah, this really well sets out how that stepped in to manage that pinch point of the space. I like that.
Right, it's about maximizing the space, which is really important. Making sure that everyone has a really good view and they feel connected to the outdoors. So it's worked incredibly well.
Yeah, very good, Craig. It's so nice to see it come to life, and simple things. Simple things make me happy. Simple things make me happy. Little, and then we're back out to the main breakout area.
We are, yes.
Amazing! What a great tour! What a great insight to an amazing brand, Whiteroom and Sweaty Betty, and how they're using their space, how you created that, and how your retail experience has come in to a working office where people can flourish and do their best work and help the brand forward. And so much so that they're evolving and growing. And so thank you, Craig. Massively
share the project.
appreciate it.
It's been great working with you guys, and your ideas you've brought through as well. So yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Excellent. Well, thank you for following, checking us out, seeing what Sweaty Betty are doing, what Whiteroom are doing. Definitely a brand, if you haven't seen Whiteroom, to take a look at them if you're into like experiential design. It's really exciting how they've brought that through into a lot of their spaces. And like I always say, really appreciate a like and a rating on the podcast, because it helps the show to grow and us to see more fantastic spaces.
Yeah.
Thank you, Craig.
Appreciate that.
Cheers.
Thank you.